This is Paint Life TV. I'm Chris, the Idaho painter. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that I do or use when it comes to interior or exterior prepping. So if you want to know 3 of my tips or hacks, stay tuned for this video. All right, here I am. I'm inside Boise CrossFit, and I've got a block wall right here that I'm prepping to get ready to spray and roll it. And I gotta do multiple things to get this thing ready. I'm gonna show you a product, gap filler, where I use this to fix some problems in the block wall. I'm gonna show you where I use an elastomeric patching compound. It's a textured caulking where I use that. And then there's anchors, these plastic anchors all over the place in this block wall. And I'm gonna show you how you can remedy that really fast and easy. And the first thing I'm gonna do is show you these anchors, how you can get rid of them so you can paint over them so you don't see them anymore. All right, so here's some plastic anchors, and if I'm dealing with the inside of a house, a drywall wall, what I typically would do is take a 5-in-1 or a hammer, and I would hit the end of it with a 5-in-1 tool, one of my inexpensive 5-in-1s that has a hammer end on it. I would just hit it really hard like that. It would just knock it inside. Then I would spackle right over the top of it. This is a block wall. That doesn't work. There's not enough of the anchor to actually grab a hold of it and pull it out. So now you can just take your 5-in-1. You got a sharp edge on your 5-in-1. You can just hit the anchor just like that. It actually cuts off the top of it very simply and easily. You see how right there, just knock that off. Now I'm gonna take and cover that up. I can use a patching compound, a stucco patch right here, or I can use a grouted or sanded caulking compound right here to cover that up. It just depends on what you have available, how well you need to hide it. All right, here's an all-purpose stucco patch, and this is one way you can cover these holes up. And I'm just gonna use a hide flexible spackle knife right here to patch that hole, and now that thing is gone. This is one way you can do it, and it's sanded, so it's gonna blend in, and you're not gonna see that nearly as bad as the anchor. Or you can take the Cat 5 elastomeric patching compound from Tower right here, and this is a sanded product also, so it's got sand or grout in the caulking, so it leaves it sanded with texture. Now I can put it on there, and that's going to blend right in, and you're not gonna see the hole. Simple little trick covering holes in block. All right, our next little tip is using a gap filler right here and expanding a spray foam to fill large holes. We had some huge holes in the block right here, and I just put some paper inside there to give it backing, so my foam has something so it doesn't just fall down into the block and just go nowhere. So as long as you just have anything to back it, so it's gonna hold it there, it's gonna eventually glue itself to this hole. Then I'm going to cut the excess off, and I'm gonna patch it with my stucco patch, and I'll show you how I just cut that off now. I put that on probably about an hour and a half ago, and it's already dry. This block wall is extremely warm because of the sun hitting it, but I'm going to trim this off now. Let's get it dries really fast. Trim that off. I'm going to scrape it flat. Now that gives some backing for my stucco patch to stick to, and the hole is filled. So I want to just take it out just enough. Just like that. I'm going to show you, I'll grab my level 5 spackle knife to fill that hole. I want something wider than the hole. You can see my normal spackle knife I carry is not wide enough, so I'm going to grab my level 5 and I'll show you spackling the hole. All right, here's my stucco compound, all-purpose stucco compound. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my compound, just put it right over my hole. kind of blend it in. Kind of make it look like the block a little bit. Just dab it, give it some texture so it looks like your block. And there you have it, large hole is patched. Okay, tip number 3 is using an elastomeric patching compound that is sanded or textured. So I got the block wall. I could just use caulking, but caulking is really smooth. This block wall is sanded or kind of got a texture to it. You know, if you're caulking cracks and stucco, this is the actual perfect caulking for that. It's an elastomeric caulking, so it bonds really well, stretches really well. It's going to bond really well. There's a lot of expansion and contraction here that's causing the cracking. But once again, this is a sanded or textured product. So you can see I'm going to just fill my gaps. I want to make sure I fill the gaps really well. Just pump the caulking down into the crack. Don't just skim it over the top. This is just going to make it look more natural, like it wasn't just smooth caulking smeared over a crack right here. And this is just a gym wall in a CrossFit gym, but you know, we always want to make things right and make it look good at all times. Trying to get that caulking down into that crack. Just smooth it, kind of smooth it out a little bit. So there you have it, 3 simple tips when it comes to prepping block, stucco, or exteriors or interiors before painting. If you got any tips or tricks like this you want to share with us down below, let us know. We would love to see or hear about your tips and tricks. If you got a question for us here on Paint Life TV, leave it in the comments section below. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time we come out with a new video. It's free. It's simple to do, 2 clicks, and it will never cost you a dime. And it's just a simple way to help support our channel, making free videos, helping you. We'll see you next time here on Paint Life TV. Out.